This video was done in partnership with Franke Kitchen Systems. What's up, guys? Chef Billy Parisi here, and I'm going to make an absolutely insanely delicious almond tart recipe with fresh strawberries and homemade whipped cream. The first thing we're going to do is make that crust, and it's incredibly easy to do. So in a food processor, go ahead and add in some flour, a bit of almond flour, followed up by adding in some sugar and some unsalted butter. Make sure the butter's super cold. We want to make sure it keeps this pie crust cold. So go ahead and pulse it or run it through, and you want to get it until it's a meal consistency. The best way to describe this is that the butter is about the size of rice or a little bit smaller. You can see how mealy it looks already. What we want to do now for a little fat and flavor is add in an egg yolk and then some water, because we want to be able to allow this dough to come together when we pinch it and squeeze it or form it to our tart shell. So go ahead and pulse it a little bit more. And as you can see, I've got a 10-inch tart shell. It's a little bit bigger than the normal 9-inch. I like it. It looks pretty when it's all finished. But whatever, pick whatever you want to do and whatever works for you. So go ahead and press it down into the tart shell. And at this point, I'm going to grab a spoon. And if you find that the spoon is sticking to the dough, just wet the back of it with a little water. It'll be just fine. We want to par bake this tart shell. So go ahead and add a circle round parchment, some dried beans or lentils, whatever you've got at home. What this does is allow our crust to par cook so that it's not raw when we're finished cooking it. And also the beans will help it lay flat and so it doesn't puff up. But this is great time because what we can do now is make the filling and the topping. So in a stand mixer, add in some almond meal, followed up by adding in a bit of flour. The next thing we're going to add in is some sugar for a little bit of sweetness, followed up with some butter, and finally some eggs. And what we want to do at this step is simply push the stand mixer down. Be sure to have that paddle attachment. We're going to whip it for about 5 to 7 minutes. It'll become nice and light and fluffy. And at this point, all you want to do is keep it in the bowl or transfer it to a plastic container. Just set it aside, maybe in the refrigerator, keep it cool. And now we're going to make the topping, a nice little almond topping here, and add some butter, some sugar, and a bit of heavy whipping cream to a medium-sized pot. And what we want to do is melt it and bring it to a boil and let it boil for about 30 seconds or so. You'll see that it starts to melt and get nice and thick. And next we're going to add in some shaved almonds. We're going to mix that together. So we've got a frangipane almond paste butter sort of filling and a nice almond caramel topping. I'm going to set it right on the Franke roller mat, as you can see here, and go grab our hot pie crust. And I'm also going to set it on the Franke roller mat. We absolutely love this thing. It works great as a hot pad or a dish dryer, and we often use it as a colander, which I'll show you a little bit later. So go ahead and remove the parchment paper and pour in our frangipane, or that almond paste filling that we made. And you want to sort of even it out and lay it flat. It's going to melt a little bit because the pie crust is hot. Don't worry about it. It's all good. Next, add on the toasted almonds and that nice little caramel sauce that we made. This is also going to melt it a bit, so be careful. Be gentle when spreading it out, but do that. Spread it out as evenly as possible all around the top. What we're going to do is hit it back in the oven, and we want to cook it all the way through. It's going to take about 40 minutes on 350 degrees. Next, grab that Franke roller mat, roll it out over your sink. I've got the Franke farmhouse sink. It's beautiful. It holds a ton of dishes. It's amazing. And I use it as a colander oftentimes because it saves some, ache on my back because it sits up nice and high at the top. And for me, I'm 6'3", so anything I can do to save my back is beneficial to me. What we're going to do now is prep up our strawberries while our tart is cooking. So go ahead and trim the ends and then quarter them. Or if you've got some big strawberries, what you can do is cut them into 6 kind of pieces, chunks, quarters, whatever you want to call it. Wedges, how about that? And again, just trim them and then cut them into quarters or little wedges. I did about a pint here. You will have some extra, no worries. To sweeten it up, we're going to add some honey. Didn't want to do sugar because I feel that really sweats out the strawberries and they become a little bit soft, and I don't like that, and they really just lose a lot of moisture. So go ahead and set those to the side in the refrigerator, and what we're going to do now is make some homemade fresh whipped cream. There's nothing like it. So in a standing mixer, add in some heavy whipping cream, followed up with some sugar. And because there's so much sweetness in this tart, I didn't add too much sugar, just because I don't want to just over sweetify this dessert. I want to keep it nice and balanced. So go ahead, once it reaches stiff peaks on high speed, only takes about 4 or 5 minutes, we're going to set that to the side, and now our tart should be done. So I'm going to remove it and set it right back on that Franke roller mat. Let it cool at room temperature until it is completely cool. And then what we want to do is begin to plate up this beauty. So just remove the outside tart shell. And what I'm going to do is add some strawberries that I tossed in honey over the top. Like I said before, you will have some strawberries extra. It's totally cool to garnish with those or use them when you're serving them individually. But spread those out as best you can. Leave about an inch around the outside because we're going to put some whipped cream on that. But for now, for a little more garnish, I've got some shaved almonds left over. Sprinkle it all over those delicious looking strawberries. And then hit it with some whipped cream on the outside. I've got a small piping tip. I wish it was a little bit bigger, but it's okay. What we're going to do is just pipe some little stars around the outside as best we can. As you can see, they're really skinny and tall and thin. Nothing crazy. Didn't want to get too fancy. Just enough to kind of cover up that outside tart shell. So, now that we're done with that, I'm going to garnish with a little bit of mint, just for some color. We've got beautiful reds and whites and browns. I figured a little greenery would help this tart out. Last but not least, my favorite, sprinkle on some powdered sugar, and then boom, we're finished. You've got a beautiful, easy to make almond tart loaded with strawberries and fresh whipped cream. It's incredibly delicious, a beautiful Easter spring tart that the whole family and all of your friends will love. And if you want to see more great recipes and ideas and videos, please visit billyparisi.com or like me on all of my social media channels at Chef Billy Parisi. Thanks guys for watching. We'll catch up with you later.